Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is another episode of your Oilers of World Junior Watch, as today we're going to be talking about Team Russia versus Team Sweden and Phillip Broberg, as he was in this game, but I gotta say he was definitely not the most healthy guy out there for Team Sweden, to say the least. And from what I was hearing, it was like a groin core sprain or something like that. I'm not too sure what entirely was going on with Phillip Broberg, but he was injured. And I gotta say, this game was absolutely amazing. From top to bottom, it was a really well played game by Team Russia, and a game that they need to play really well. Of course, this it doesn't really decide what will happen with the division, because Russia not only has 8 points, while Sweden has 7 points. They could possibly move up and take first place if they beat Team USA. So it's a big deciding game between Team Sweden and Team USA, and that'll be pretty huge. But let's get into talking about this one. We had a goal there by what's his face, Podkolzin or somebody, that got off to a really hot start, but it was goaltender interference because a Podkolzin's stick kind of went into it. But it was really bad positioning by Phillip Broberg on this play. He was just really out of position, and I really felt like that was the most of the night for Phillip Broberg. He was really out of position. He wasn't feeling himself, and still the Russians still got 2 goals. Evasiev, I can't say most of these Russian names, got one there for Team Russia, and then Arvid Kusmer tied the game back up, and then Amarov with the old-fashioned Matthews point to the goal. It's a good goal. Dude, I like this Rodion Amarov kid. He really is a competitive player. He got player of the game for Team Russia out of this game, and honestly is a great prospect for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I made a video on the Pittsburgh Penguins, which hasn't been uploaded yet, but I said Rodion Amarov is such a huge pickup for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and trading away Kasperi Kapanen to get this guy and Philip Highlander is really just an absolute steal. This guy was all over the ice. He really knows how to score. He just knows how to do a lot of stuff. And then Alexander Holtz gets one there, and then Kursaniev, and then Noah Gunler with a beautiful tip gets a big goal, and then Kutanov gets the game-winning goal for Team Russia, giving them the big victory in overtime. And it was an even game, 35-36 for shots for each team. It was 36 for Sweden. They were leading it. Also, Jesper Wallstedt started this game as well for Team Sweden. I don't know who else they were using for the team to be their starting goaltender, and apparently I can't see, but I haven't been keeping it up to date on that. But Russia was really an overwhelming team for Team Sweden, and that's just because their offensive core in Russia is just way better than what it is in Sweden, with Podkolzin and Amarov. They have some really good, talented players there in Russia for their team. Now you do got Lucas Raymond and Alexander Holtz, great players down there for Team Sweden. Honestly, they do got a very powerful team, especially with Phillip Broberg. But Broberg, he definitely did not look himself. I think this is definitely the game that you just kind of look away from it, because he really was not himself tonight. I think he's been dealing with an injury once again, and you know what, that's gonna happen. You're gonna deal with these types of injuries, and it looks like something's bugging him, probably from when he was injured in game 1, and in game 2 when he missed it, he was probably dealing with that injury. Came back for game 3, but he was really forced to go out there for a lot of shifts. You could kind of see some of the video if you go up on Twitter. You could see some of the video of him just wincing in pain, especially that one where he dangled in and then sprawled over the goalie there. He was suffering to get back up, but man, was he ever a warrior. He was out there until the last shift there in overtime, blocking shots and doing whatever he can to get the team the W. And that really reminds me of an Oscar Klefbom, because Oscar Klefbom was really that fearless guy before, of course, all the injuries started hitting him. And I mean, the injuries were always hindering Oscar Klefbom. They were always kind of hindering him since day one. But Phillip Broberg, he was really he's that prototype of Oscar Klefbom. And I think even Phillip Broberg might be able to be better than what Oscar Klefbom is. I think he has the potential to be that. But overall, it was a rough game for Phillip Broberg. I hope he bounces back in tomorrow's game. I was wasn't able to really get able to watch the full Russian versus Sweden game. I was only able to get like a pretty big highlights package, and I had it on the side, but I was doing some other things, and I will be able to watch all the New Year's Eve games because we got the Canada versus Finland one, which I'm really excited about, and then USA versus Sweden. That should be a really fun game. I don't think Phillip Broberg will honestly be playing in the game. He might be. He might suffer through it, but honestly, you know your team's going to be in it. I would give Phillip Broberg that break and just, I mean, you could definitely win the division. That's the big thing for Team Sweden is you could win the division if you beat USA. And that's a big thing. So they might be playing Phillip Broberg, honestly, in the next game tomorrow. But I don't know if they're going to be playing Phillip Broberg or not. We'll have to see by tomorrow. And then, of course, you guys will be seeing a video in the new year. So this is probably one of my last and final videos of the year. So hope you guys enjoy. Have a very happy New Year's. Be safe out there. It is coronavirus time, so make sure you're social distancing and not doing anything too stupid out there. And I'm gonna end things here, guys. Tell me, guys, how you guys thought of Phillip Broberg's play tonight, and just overall how they lost to Russia. It was a rough game for them. Definitely a well-deserved victory for Russia. They were really putting up the high tempo offense. They were really pushing to play. I love the way that they played. And yeah, I'm going to end things here, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.